Welcome back to SleeplessRonin Plays. Today, we're going to be ranking the goodies we're getting from the most recently completed Mercenaries Kickstarter for Battletech, which cleared easily $7.5 million. So we got a lot of stuff opened up and a lot of fun to be able to pick up and deal with. So we're going to go through all the packs, including the starter box and a few of the other little things, and we're going to kind of rank them on, what I'm personally going to get, kind of like advice also, like what the quality of the stuff of the packs are going to be. So if we look over the ranking guide, we'll see this time we've got a little bit different of a ranking than we've seen before. We've seen something like this way back when I did the packs for the Clan Invasion Kickstarter. But now we've got these 5 categories. Getting 2+. These are packs I plan on getting 2 or more of. Getting at least 1. I'm going to get at least 1 of this pack. Just get 1. The 1 pack is enough with this pack, probably. You probably don't need more. On the Fence. This is a pack that maybe pass up until it goes to retail. Maybe. And then, of course, there's the last category, which is just wait for retail. It's not worth spending your credits on right now. It's something like, yeah, whatever. In the future, I'll pick that one up. It's meh, whatever. I'm not going to say what level I went in for. I went in for an amount. But when I'm saying getting 2+, I'll be adding extra funds in the when we get to the pledge manager, so I'll be adding in whatever I want to. And if you went in, let's say at the battalion level, I think at this point in time you're getting 11 force packs, and we have 17 selections. Although there's 19 things I'm ranking on here, there are 17 force pack selections. So kind of how you want to lay those out, how you're gonna want to pick them up if you get the battalion level. Maybe you went double battalion, because I know that was a popular methodology, because the battalion does look like it is the best dollar value per miniature. So there is that. So let's just jump right in. The first thing we're going to look at the base box for the mercenaries. In the base box, imagine this box is probably about $80, and as long as you win at the $80 level, you're going to get this base box. It's available in all the other tiers that go up, in the battalion, the regiment, and so forth. So this is definitely a box you'll be wanting to get at least one of. But maybe if you are on the fence and you're thinking about, I went in for 1 battalion, do I want to go in for 2? Should you be looking at getting this as 2+? Well, it has a lot of stuff in it. One of the important things is we're all looking at the miniatures, right? We're looking at the minis. This thing has 12 miniatures in it, of which there are some really iconic and some really powerful designs, including the Chameleon, Starslayer, Caesar, Devastator, Flea, Firefly, Quick Draw, Ostsoul, 2 Galleon light tanks, and 2 Maxim hover transports. Now, I look at this box and I see immediately 4/5 mechs I want doubles of. Easily, if not more. And we're talking the Chameleon, Starslayer, Caesar, Devastator, and Ostsoul. All mechs that are a lot of fun, and some of those are very iconic. The Caesar and the Ostsoul are very iconic mechs. It also the Flea, the Firefly, and the Quick Draw. Of all the mechs in here, the Quick Draw is probably the worst mech in the initial 8 outing. So yeah, this is definitely get at least 1. I mean, you're going into Kickstarter, you're going to get 1. And there's no reason not be going for 2 of them if you're doing double battalion, which I think is probably a better deal over the regiment. So, you get 1 of the main box, because you're going to get 1 of the main box. Should you get 2 later on? Well, that's up to you. And I'm not going to say not, but this is one of those, it's not a you should get 2. This is a get 1 or more. Next, we're going to look at the Battlefield Support, Assault, and Cavalry. This is a tank pack, so you're going to get 8 vehicles in it. It has 2 Demolishers, 2 Shrek PPC carriers, 2 Condor heavy hover tanks, and 2 Pegasus scout hover tanks. This is a really good pack. I mean, usually when I'm looking at vehicles, I'm thinking I want a minimum of 2 of any kind of vehicle. So the pack is pretty much just covers it. And since it has both the Demolisher and the Shrek, and the Pegasus, and the Condor, I mean, these are 4 really good vehicles on the battlefield. So I'm going to say that the Assault and Cavalry is also a get at least 1. I mean, this is another 2+ is getting real close on this one. Next up, we have the Battlefield Support Battle and Fire pack. This one has 2 Manticore heavy tanks. That's such a good tank. 2 Vedette medium tanks. that's not a very good tank until later eras when it gets better guns. It's a pretty meh tank otherwise. 2 LRM and 2 SRM carriers. But it has enough turrets to be able to deploy either 4 LRM or 4 SRM, or of course 3 in 1 of either which way. So yeah, this is a pack that, I mean, the one tank in this pack that makes me want to buy more than one of it is the Manticore. Because I think there's enough LRM and SRM carriers in this. So really, as much as I want the extra Manticores, this is just get one of this pack. The Manticore is awesome, but you have 4 SRM or 4 LRM carriers or a combination thereof. I don't think you need a lot more of that. The next pack up is Battlefield Support Objectives. Now, this is your mobile long tom with the support carriage, a mobile HQ, and a MASH vehicle. These are not so much things you're going to play with on the battlefield to be using for anything. They are exactly what the box is called. It's an objectives box. This is really, what you're going to, if you're playing scenario play, like these are like the important things to put out there. So you might need 2 of it, but you probably get by with 1. And I'm going to actually say that this is a on the fence 1 or less. This might be something you wait until retail. I'm not sure the value of this pack because we know that the 8 vehicle packs are going to be $40. MSRP, I do believe. And this is half as many vehicles. You only get 4 in this. So I'm wondering if this is in a $20 pack. And if so, you can add it into your pledge manager order, but I wouldn't use one of your force pack allocations on this pack itself. Next up, we have Battlefield Support Recon and Hunter. This comes with 2 Skulker wheeled scout tanks, 2 Warrior H7 helicopters, 2 Behemoth heavy tanks, and 2 Ontos heavy tanks. It's got some really good things. And right now it has and this one has the only VTOL we're getting in this Kickstarter. So yeah, I mean, these are really good vehicles. I mean, the Skulker is probably the weakest of all the vehicles in there, and that's just because it's a scout tank. That is your recon. The Warrior is also recon, but the Warrior can also be converted for combat usage. The Hunters, I'm not sure I'd call either a Behemoth or an Ontos a Hunter tank because they're so heavy and slow, but yeah, okay. They are very powerful tanks on the battlefield by a long shot. I mean, they're potent. I mean, the Ontos is one of the ones that carries 8 medium lasers, so it's a crazy little tank. Heavy tank, crazy big tank, not little at all. But they're quite cool. This is definitely going to be get at least one of this pack. Next up, we're finally getting to the first of the mechs. This is the Clan Cavalry Star. This star has the Black Python / Viper / Snow Raven, I do believe. Good God, there's so many names for this mech. I'll put them on the screen because seriously, this mech is like one of the mechs that has like it has more than 2 names. We have the Shadowhawk 2C, Griffin 2C, Jenner 2C, and the Locust 2C. And everything in this pack is truly amazing. This is like the best pack they've ever released as far as I can tell. For the quality of mechs across the whole pack. I mean, the weakest mech in there is the Jenner 2C, and it is not weak. And yeah, this is an insanely good pack. This is a get 2 of it. If you borrow a Clanner, this is a double down pack easy. And a lot of those mechs are also used by Inner Sphere forces later on in the eras, because if you go on the Master Unit list and you start looking, you're going to see that, well, Diamond Shark, for one, likes to sell them to anyone who'll buy them. So this is definitely a pack worth getting for everybody out there. Because these mechs you can put in about any formation. Well, you could anyways. It's Battletech. You can build whatever force you want to. But if you're playing fluffy and you want to go by forces, these mechs are pretty much available across so much of the battlescape. So, and they're all good. They're really, really good mechs. So yeah, definitely a get 2 of this pack. Next up, the Clan Direct Fire Star pack. This is a really disgusting pack. I mean, these clan packs are truly amazing packs. This one has the Kraken / Bane, the Highlander 2C, the Phoenix Hawk 2C, the Grizzly, and the Rifleman 2C. And the Rifleman 2C is one of the most busted mechs in the game. It carries 4 clan large pulse lasers, and it's nearly heat efficient. And that's all that matters. 20 hex range, -2 from the pulse to hit, 10 damage a shot on a mech that can nearly handle the heat of those is just disturbing. It is so good. Yeah, this pack right here is also a Get 2+. The clan mechs they chose this time are fantastic. Now, the Kraken is not the best if you're running the AC2 Ultra variant, because it's too many AC2 Ultras. But if you're running the LRM variant, it's a fantastically abusive mech. And the other ones are great too. And finally, oh, I know I've covered this before in other videos, but at long last, we are finally getting a Phoenix Hawk 2C that looks like the basic Phoenix Hawk 2C should. This is a mech that actually has the weapons and looks very nice. I mean, it's hooray. Yay, finally, at long last, a sculpt that fits the mech. Next up, we're going to be getting into our very first of the Inner Sphere Lance packs. This one is the Inner Sphere Assault Lance. This one contains the Pillager, the Goliath, the Shogun, and the Hoplite, of which, yes, 3 of those 4 mechs are Assault. So an Assault Lance is quite accurate. And of those mechs, I'm really looking forward to, personally, 2 of them, the Pillager and the Goliath. That is a very compelling mech for the first one, and our first quad. Yes, quads. The Shogun is a very, very limited deployment mech, in my opinion. I mean, I really think, when I think Shogun, I actually think Wolf's Dragoons. So, yeah. And the Hoplite is another interesting one. So, this is definitely a get at least 1 pack. I mean, it might be a get more. And knowing me, I mean, I end up getting 2 to 3 of every mech anyways in the long run. So, yeah. This is definitely a get at least 1 pack. Very, very cool. Next up, we have the Inner Sphere Battle Armor. Now, as much as I love Battle Armor, and I really do love Battle Armor, if you've seen some of my videos on Battle Armor, you know how much I do enjoy Battle Armor. I think it's a great addition to the game. It's fun, it's interesting, but sadly, I think that a lot like the Clan Elementals pack, that this really is just a wait for retail pack. I'm hoping it's only at $20 at retail. I mean, it's only 4 stands of Inner Sphere Battle Armor, and it's really not like, yeah, I mean, this is, I'm really glad we're getting it, but it's not like we're getting a variety. We're not getting Void, or Kage, or Kanazuchi, or all the myriad, I mean, there are so much Battle Armor, and at this point in time, in plastic, we're going to get, we have, what, 2 with this one coming out? We have Elementals, and basic IS standard Battle Armor. There is so much more to Battle Armor. So much more. They could do an entire Kickstarter of Battle Armor alone. Like, I don't think it'd go very well, but there's so much Battle Armor that I really would like to see them produce even more Battle Armor. I mean, like a box of, like, you know, like a lot of Battle Armor. It would be really nice to see with a lot of varieties. I mean, Fenris. Oh, there's so many Battle Armors out there. So many Battle Armors. Next up, we have the Inner Sphere Heavy Recon Lance, consisting of the Charger, Ostrock, Merlin, and Assassin. And yeah, that's recon-y, especially if you're looking at the original Charger that's only got 5 small lasers. But this pack really interests me, because one of the mechs in there went from being meh to amazing as far as I'm concerned, and that's the Merlin. The Merlin, it was okay when it first was revealed. It's okay. But the Jihad era Merlins are really cool. And the mech sculpt design went from being meh to wow, that's really nice. So I think the IS Heavy Recon Lance is a get at least 1. I mean, I really want more than 1 for the Merlin and the Ostrock more than anything else. The Charger I could live without, and the Assassin, while I really like the way the redesign looks, it's still an Assassin. And it's a rather weak mech overall that just seems very, very scattershot on the designs. Some of the later era Assassins actually get pretty good, but the early 3025 era Assassins are largely 40 tons that could have been used better somewhere else. Next up, we have the Inner Sphere Pursuit Lance, which 2 of these mechs are Pursuers, And two of these mechs don't really seem like pursuit mechs to me. There's the Dervish, not a pursuit mech. The Cicada, a pursuit mech. The Clint, not a pursuit mech. The Hermes II, a pursuit mech. So, again, we have a Lance that really does fit half the qualifications. And the pursuit mechs are the ones I'm more interested in. I like all the redesigns. I mean, the Dervish's redesign is really good, making it look really nice. So, yeah, I mean, this one is... It's going in the same place as a lot of the Lances are going right now. It's going in the get at least one. Because it's really cool. Now, I also heard rumors, and this I haven't confirmed anywhere, that just like last time, if you add an Inner Sphere Lance into your Force Pack selection, you'll get a salvage box, a Battle Mech salvage box, not a vehicle salvage box. Because vehicle salvage boxes are going to be more expensive because you're going to get 2 vehicles in it unless you get a Long Tom, at which point you'll get a Long Tom and the support carriage. This, they actually do mention the fact for the way the battle vehicle packs are going to go. So, yay. That's kind of cool to know about. And it's also nice that we're going to be getting those packs of salvage packs for vehicles, because that's going to be kind of fun to be able to just go, I'll get a couple more vehicles. And that's something I'll probably be picking up some of those, because those are cool. Next pack is the Inner Sphere Recon Lance, which consists of a Fire Starter, Ost Scout, Spectre, and Javelin. Now, this one, I like 3 of the mechs out of here. I really am not a big fan of the Ost Scout because it's either got a single medium laser or a tag or something. It is a true scout mech, but that doesn't make me like it any. So I'm not thrilled about getting it. But the Spectre, the Javelin, and the Fire Starter, I all like a lot. The Fire Starter is one of those, it's an on the fence mech, because if you're using certain things like where you can light terrain on fire, you're fighting a lot of infantry, it's a fantastic mech. If you're using the flamers, they can generate heat and damage. It's still fun against enemy mechs, which is still pretty good. So I like it enough, and it's definitely an iconic mech. It's very much an iconic mech. But combat worthy, I think both the Spectre and the Javelin are much more overall my favorite mechs in the pack. But again, the IS Recon Lance is a get at least one. Are we seeing a trend here? We are, because this has been a very good Kickstarter on what they're providing for our options. I mean, we're really getting a good selection of things to really fill out and clean up the missing mechs from 3025, plus add in a few other mechs from like 3050, 3055 TROs, and we're really sticking that era. Again, though, we have that one, we have the Grizzly, which is, what was that one from? Was that from 58? I think the Grizzlies might be from 58, which is the weird one. It's like it's a Grizzly. But that's not the weirdest mech in this Kickstarter. We're going to get to a mech later on that I'm like going, what? Yeah, we'll see. But okay, up next is the IS Security Lance, which I look at these 4 mechs and I don't think security at all. I think vulnerability. The mechs listed are the Jaeger mech, the Scorpion, the Vulcan, and the Whitworth. Now, I have a soft spot for both the Scorpion and the Vulcan. I think they're very fun mechs in the battlefield. The Scorpion, of course, is our second quad, so yes, more quads. Very happy about that. The Vulcan I've always liked because the Vulcan, if you get past the AC2 version, is a much better mech. The Vulcan with the AC2 is it's a mech with an AC2, which immediately means it's a pile of garbage. Sorry, I just AC2s are the worst weapon in the game. So, yeah. Then there's the Whitworth, which is a really good light long-range mech to go alongside your archers or catapults or whatever to support in that same area, because it's 2 LRM-10 racks, and it's mediums for point defense. The Jaeger mech is a nice long-range sniper that is seriously under-armored. That's why it's a victim. But overall, it's a fun pack, and I do think it is worth, once again, getting at least one IS Security Lance. Personally, out of there, I want more than 2 Scorpions and Vulcans. I could do without the Jaegers and the Whitworths, but I want those Scorpions and Vulcans very much so. Next up, we're getting one of the interesting packs. We're getting the Legendary Mechwarrior Pack 2. So we already got Legendary Mechwarrior Pack 1 in the last Kickstarter. Now we're getting Legendary Mechwarrior Pack 2. This has the Caesar Archangel, the Devastator, the Charger 3K, the Marauder Red Hunter. So yes, another Marauder. We get a lot of Marauders. And then the really weird thing, the SM5 Tank Hunter. This is a Tank Hunter. This is the only place you're going to get this vehicle, is in this legendary pack right here, is getting the SM5 Tank Hunter. It's a very strange thing to do in my opinion, but that makes me want this pack. Even though I'm only going to get, this is a just get one. These legendary packs, once you get one of it, you're good. You don't need to get double down on these mechs. Most of these mechs or things are appearing in other places, so you don't need to worry about them. I mean, it's just a different variant of the Charger, different variant, I'm not sure it's a different variant of the Devastator, maybe it's just a different pose. It's a different variant of the Caesar, a different variant of the Marauder, so therefore and so on. Yay. So this is just a get one. And it's a good value pack because it's 5 things in there, even though one of them is a vehicle, which is a bit weird. Next up, we have the Legendary Pilots Pack 2, which they should have just called the Bounty Hunter Pack, because it contains 3 of the Bounty Hunter's mechs. We have the Marauder Bounty Hunter, all variants. Yes, this does mean the dorsal cannon can be removed from the Marauder and the other dorsal cannon can be inserted. It comes with multiple dorsal cannons, which is pretty cool. Then we have the Warhammer 9K, a Griffin 2N, the Timberwolf Bounty Hunter 2, so there's our second Bounty Hunter mech, the Marauder 2 Bounty Hunter, there's their third Bounty Hunter mech, and then the weirdest mech in the entire Kickstarter, the Loki Mark II. The Loki Mark II is like a Dark Ages post-Jihad era mech. This is literally, of all the mechs we've gotten in plastic so far, this is the latest era mech of all of them. So it's a really crazy one to see. And I'm kind of impressed they're putting it in here. I'm looking forward to it. It's just really kind of like, it kind of caught me out of the blue. It's like, what? A Loki Mark II? Okay, sure. Now, the Loki Mark II, though, mech-wise, I haven't actually covered this in my other previous videos, is a much better mech than the Loki. Because for one thing, it has a lot more armor. All of a sudden, it has defenses. And other than that, it's still kind of got the same Loki, like, combat worthiness. So it's actually not bad at all. And it's nice to see the Loki Mark II. It's just so weird. But because we're getting this one way late era mech. Still, it's an interesting pack. But once again, literally, just get one of it. It's a get one pack because that's all you need to do with it. Next up, we've got some packs I had to kind of custom create the graphics designs on because they don't have the renders ready for these. When we crossed the different marks, we crossed the 4 million and the 6 million mark, we unlocked some new packs that are going to be available. And of those, the first one we're going to talk about is the Heavy Battle and Sweep Lance. This is a battlefield support pack, so it's a tank pack, that comes with 2 Pattons, 2 Pikes, 2 J. Edgar Hovers, and 2 Drillson. Oh, this is an amazing pack. This is, honestly, of the vehicle packs, this is my favorite vehicle pack so far. Why? It contains both the Pike, the J. Edgar, the Drillson, and the Patton. I love all 4 of those vehicles. They're all great vehicles, and the Patton is an amazing one. So, yeah. This is the first one of these things, of the Inner Sphere stuff. I'm saying I'm getting 2+ of this. I want 4 Pattons. I want 4 Pikes. I want these vehicles. I want them a lot. They're awesome. They're very much cool. And you can easily fit 4 J. Edgars in any battle formation. They're not an expensive hovercraft at all, but they're very combat effective. High speed and good weaponry, so top notch. Next up is the one we unlocked at 4 million, or the Battlefield Support Rifle and Command Force Pack. And again, this one blew me out of the water. This is such a good pack also. It has the Hetzer Wheeled Assault Gun, ×2, 2 Bulldog Medium Tanks, solid tank, 2 Sturmfuhrer Heavy Tanks, and 2 von Luckner Heavy Tanks. Those are 2 amazing tanks right there. Both the Sturmfuhrer and the von Luckner are amazing tanks. And they look great, especially in the redesign. They're wonderful looking tanks. So, yeah. Actually, the whole thing, this whole pack, I love the Hetzer redesign. It looks really cool. And the Bulldog, well, the Bulldog looks like a Bulldog, but it's still a good tank, and I'm still glad we're getting a redesign on it. But yeah, again, it took until the unlocks before I went, yeah, this is another pack I want to get at least 2 of. It's really cool. It's one of those packs I love the vehicles in that pack so much. They're very awesome vehicles. Next up, we got a little bonus thing. At 8 million, we didn't make it to 8 million, but I do believe I've heard some rumors. I didn't actually watch the live stream myself. I was very busy and didn't have time to do that. And so I've heard that from the live stream, they said that while we're not getting the freebies at 8 million, they are going to unlock the stuff in 8 million for, like, we can add in and buy the salvage box, the Blood Asp, and the Somerset Strikers, and all the swag from, like, a Scorpio Imperium, and so forth and so on. So that's all in there. So what we have up next is we actually have the Blood Asp salvage box. Now, because you only get one mech in this salvage box, and a lot like the way they did the Urban Mech salvage box, where you know what you're getting in it, you can pick this one up. And I'm probably going to be getting more than one Blood Asp salvage box. I tend to like to get, the Blood Asp is a really solid Clan Omni mech. So yeah, definitely wanting to get that. Probably getting two to three of that myself, just on principle. Very awesome. Very cool. So yay, fun. And then the very, very last thing, for everybody that enjoyed the old Battletech cartoon, which was very dated. But anyways, we are getting the ability to order the Somerset Striker Force Pack. It's going to have 5 mechs in it, which is nice. I mean, it's a bigger sized one. And it's going to have 2 new sculpts, 1 alternate sculpt, and 2 reposes. So, yeah, okay. It's better than some of the other specific packs we've been getting, like you get 1 new mech and 2 or 3 reposes and resculpts, or alternate sculpts. So yeah, at least it comes with 2 new sculpts. Sadly, of the 2 new sculpts, one of them is the Mauler, a mech that carries 4 AC2s. And nothing in the world can make up for that battlefield travesty. The poor Daboku, which is another name for it. It looks cool, but it's such a pile of garbage until when it gets better weaponry than the AC2s. But the mech in the pack that I am most excited for and might make me buy more than one of this pack is we're getting the Hatamoto Chi. I love that mech. It's not the best in the battlefield because it tends to be like, for some reason it doesn't go to double heat sinks very fast. And so it's always got heat problems. But it is such a cool looking mech. And the resculpt is, the line drawing is fantastic. I absolutely love the way it looks. It looks so cool. It really captures like the samurai look with the kabuto and all the armor plating. Oh, it's so cool looking. And that one mech alone in that pack is going to make me probably get at least 2 of it. But definitely at least 1. I mean, this is one that I want to get more of, but I'm probably only from the Kickstarter I'm getting at least 1. And so the Somerset Strikers is a get at least 1. Now, in the pack, you also do get the Axeman 2-in variant, the one that has the LRM-15 launchers on the shoulders instead of the Ultra 20. It's I personally think, the lesser of the Axeman variants, but it's still an interesting one. Then it also has a Bushwhacker with a alternate pose and a Wolfhound with an alternate pose. So we've already had Wolfhounds like in 2 packs, I think now. So it'll be a 3rd pack with the Wolfhound. Second pack with the Bushwhacker, we'll see. I mean, I'm kind of shocked they didn't do one of the alternate sculpts of the Bushwhacker, because there are some that have different loadouts of weapons. But anyways, and the Axeman is a nice one to be getting, the alternate one. Anybody that had the old plastic toy from the cartoon will really feel at home with the new 2-in sculpt of the Axeman, which is really kind of cool. But other than that, the Hatamoto Chi is really the draw of that pack for me. The Mauler is a Mauler, and yeah, it just carries too much garbage in it. It could have been a good mech, but the AC2s just are bad. Very bad. Anyways, that is all of the packs we're getting in the Kickstarter that I know of. I don't think I missed any. If I have, please let me know in the comments. I did my best to go and dig all this stuff out of there. And I actually made a couple of my own graphics. You'll see like the 2 for the tank lances in the top were just like me literally going, oh, well, I will fake this because we don't actually have this. The 3D sculpts, what they're going to look like. But the Kickstarter was very successful, and a lot of amazingly cool stuff in there. So yeah, it's very top heavy, where I'm saying get a lot of everything. I mean, and yeah, we've got 5 things in the get 2+ category, both of the clan stars because they're fantastic. Both of the unlocks at 4 and 6 million for the vehicles because, again, those are my favorite vehicle packs in the whole thing. I'm so glad we got past those because I would have been sad to not get those vehicle packs. And then there's the Blood Asp, which is a truly powerful Omni-Mech. Getting at least one, well, obviously get one of the starter set for this, or the Mercenaries box. And then we got a one of, all the Innisphere Lances for the most part are get one of. And then you have a couple of the vehicle ones get one of. The just get one, because you only need one, I think, is the Battle and Fire, which is because you're going to get enough SRM/LRM carriers in there. And as much as I do like the tank in there that just literally, then the name went boop past my brain. The Manticore. There we go, just remembered it. I think that only one of that pack is needed because of the fact they're giving us flexibility in turrets. It really makes that pack I've got one, I'm good. Thank you, I'm good. Of course, the legendary Mechwarrior packs, you only need one to have them, and you'll have all the legendary Mechwarriors. And since I don't think this time we're getting a legendary Mechwarrior salvage box, it's a good way to get all of your legendary Mechwarriors. So you can get their cards if you play Alpha Strike, or you'll get their minis for Battletech, or just because they're alternate sculpts of the minis, which is kind of cool to have. The on the fence, you know, maybe if you've got the stuff, get the objective pack. It's not really like a woo amazing pack. Yeah. And then sadly there's only one rate for retail pack, and that is the battle armor, which because I mean, if you're in the pledge manager you just want to add it in, and if it's like, well, I'm thinking it's probably gonna be $20, that's fine. If it's 25, wait for retail. Maybe a retail gives you a discount or whatever. That's better. It's not an urgent pack. As much as I love battle armor, it's the one pack in here that I'm like, meh, whatever. I'm okay without it. And I love battle armor. Well, we're getting in with that. My love of battle armor will see us off today. And so, yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please do the typical YouTube things. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. And we'll catch you in the future. Thanks for watching. Sayonara.